What's real good, ladies and gentlemen? You're back with another beer review with the Kissing Cousins. I'm Skinny Jeans.
I'm Chad the Tank.
This is Off the Tap. All right, we're going to New Belgium Brewery. All right.
Well, they're really not in New Belgium.
Nope, they're not in New Belgium. Hell, they're not even in Old Belgium. But they're out of Fort Collins, Colorado, and I'm pretty excited. Little spoiler, I've had this beer before. I thoroughly enjoyed every drop.
They actually have another place in Asheville, North Carolina, too.
That's true.
So
on top of all of that, they distribute throughout the entire world. So they're all over the place, which is pretty big. Unlike a brewery we just did, they are not sellouts. They built it from the ground up. They opened up.
They're huge.
They are huge. They opened up in 1991, and ever since then, they've just been making waves. All right. Seriously though, in 2016, they put out just under 1 million barrels a year.
These guys are huge. Like, I got a little insider stuff.
Yeah.
They just came on our keg float. They took a step back. They took a big hit because the craft beer game's just so booming with like all these.
It's oversaturated. Yeah.
And these guys took a step back. Refigured stuff and like, whoa, let's do this and help save us so we can do other stuff.
Right.
So these guys are focusing more on their beers. I'm sure they got a whole new lineup probably coming out before we know it.
Right.
I don't know this for a fact, but
yeah,
I'd imagine why would you make a change as dramatic as a keg float? Like, that's 350,000 kegs that our company is given to these guys. Like, we refurbish all their kegs now.
Yeah.
So they're on with us.
That's over a quarter of what they put out in 2016.
Yeah, so that's huge.
That is huge. So, on top of all of that, this place, just like every brewery, I know you guys are probably getting, Skinny Jeans, you say it every week, everybody likes to recycle, and I get it, but, I mean, come on.
There's not a lot of industries that do it. That's why.
The thing is, we are beer drinkers, and sometimes you might get a bad connotation because, drinking and this is bad, but seriously, the craft brew industry is so forward-thinking, it's incredible. It's insane. I never would have thought, before we started this show, I would have learned so much about how they're just trying to do better for everything.
Yeah, it's not just one thing they're trying to better. It's wherever they can save themselves money, but also give back at the same time.
Right.
They do it. And normally that kind of goes hand in hand on some occasions. Like, in this beer game, I'm sure they're getting a bunch of tax breaks, all kinds of stuff.
Well, this company made over $245 million in 2015. So, yeah, who knows what they're making now? That was 4 years ago.
Right.
So, I mean, that's quite the... that's quite the dollar amount. But this Voodoo Ranger in particular, it's like a whole series or a line. They have 4 or 5 different Voodoo Rangers. They just came out with a new one. They just released it at the end of 2018. You're going out to Colorado.
And I will have it.
You better hit that up and try this beer because I'm excited.
Maybe I'll bring a growler or something home.
I'm excited. So a couple weeks ago we did a beer that their entire waste, or they were able to turn 90% of their waste into like reuse, donate, whatever. This company, 99.9%, which I would assume that other 0.1% is just people throwing crap away in the garbage can when they visit their cabins. Like, I can't think of what else it could be.
It's got a big trash can outside their facility. Just put your garbage in here and we'll recycle it.
Right. 18% of their electricity is produced by either solar or biogas. In the early 90s, they were big on like wind energy, so they've been doing this since day one, trying to just find ways to be cheaper about like...
I know there's a lot of big names, not just the craft beer industry, but throughout a lot of industries, like, they understand what going eco-friendly means.
Well, right.
But the thing is, like, the craft beer game is so local,
Mm-hmm.
you see the impact. A lot of the people that say, oh yeah, we're doing all this good stuff here in the States, well, you also outsource overseas, and who knows what those factories are producing.
Right.
Like,
not to mention, they know what it takes and what goes into their beer, okay? And everything is like from farmers, or it's farmed, or it's water, and they know that basically don't don't crap where you eat.
Yeah.
Like, we need that water. We need the cropland. Like, we need to do more to make sure that we can continue booming. So that's what they're doing. They're giving back. They're making things more economically, or not economically safe.
Yeah, more economically sound for themselves in the future. That's
Right.
what they're doing. Like they're making a circle for themselves. As long as they give back, they can keep getting. You know, like,
Well,
that's
right.
all there is to it.
This employee-owned country and This is
the
entire country. New Belgium. You guys know? This employee-owned company in 2017 was the 4th largest craft brewery in America, and was the 8th biggest overall brewery in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That
And
is
it's growing since.
huge. That is so big. And who knows what they are now? I know, like, you guys are like, well, how come you don't have any updated numbers? Well, the internet only extends so far. A lot of these websites, they don't update, they don't keep things current, so we try to give you the most current data that we can.
Whatever we research, basically on the spot,
Yeah.
we put out.
So, this is the Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA from New Belgium. You might as well jump right into the description, the hops, and everything.
All right, it's bright tropical aromas,
Mhm.
which I kind of overfilled my beer and I had to
Yes, there was
slip
quite
a little bit.
There was quite
So I
a bit
could
of head
smell
on
all
both
that.
ends.
And then there's also brilliant notes of citrus. Like, I can smell the citrus in it.
Well, you can tell we've had a few citrusy
and
beers.
it's hazy.
Yep.
Like, you're gonna get that. And it's an unfiltered IPA.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've done an unfiltered. Not that I know of.
No.
So we kind of made a mistake on one of our other recordings.
Yeah, we did the Old Man Grumpy a couple weeks ago, and we may or may not have screwed up royally. We said that it was an unfiltered beer. That was...
It looked unfiltered though. Like,
Mhm.
honestly, it looked like it was settled up top and stuff. So
It was
our bad.
incorrect information. We don't know if it was unfiltered or not, but we're owning it. Sometimes even the kissing cousins screw up. I know. We sit here every week and you guys are like, oh my god, I can't stop watching you guys. You're so perfect. Well, no, we're not actually. That's our first mistake. Hopefully it's the only one in 2019.
We got a long way to go. But you can definitely tell this is very unfiltered.
I mean,
Like, no doubt about it.
which gives it the haze, but I don't know of a lot of hazy IPAs that are unfiltered, unless it's just something that I'm ignorant to.
And it also, the description said it had a deep pale color. That is probably as pale as you're gonna get.
Yeah, for real. Like
that's what as dark or as pale as you're gonna get for an IPA.
right.
With the haze, obviously. Like, if you're gonna be,
This almost reminded me, with the head that you had, of a Blue Moon. Which
that's
to
what I was thinking exactly. Is like, and the way Blue Moon's done is it's unfiltered as well.
Yeah.
And it has orange peels and stuff. So that's where you're getting your haze from, is all that, what is it, the pulp?
Yeah.
I imagine, like, that's what causes that. So that's what I thought as soon as I poured it. Like, Blue Moon, you get so much head on it, like,
Right.
the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's brewed with 5 different hops.
Oh boy. Again, another beer that has an ass load of hops.
Every single one of these hops is a dual purpose.
Okay.
So that
So
means
they're
it's
all
a bit-
aromas.
It's all aromas and it's all bitterings. First one is a Citra. We've gone over this. There's citrus aromas and flavors. You got your limes, grapefruits, all those good flavors. Then you got your Cascade. Talked about this numerous times. There are multiple beers that we've had.
Yeah, we have.
Same exact thing. You got 4.5 to an 8.9 alpha acid in these. All these hops that are in here are going to be between 4.5 to like 14% alpha acid. So there's a lot of acid in this.
I was going to say, very acidic, because so far, since you've started doing more research into the alpha acids of the hops, that's the highest that we've come up with, is the 14.
Yep, and then you got your Centennial.
Okay.
I was about to say Continental.
Continental, yeah,
No,
like the
Centennial.
breakfast.
The Centennial, dual purpose. That's more of your earthy and your floral aromas and stuff.
It's going to taste like dirt.
Earth. Then the Simcoe, again.
We've had that before.
A couple of them. Then a new one is the Nugget. This one is it's a dual purpose.
I love chicken nuggets.
It's a dual purpose but I want to lean towards more of the bitteriness. Because it says it's a solid bittering hops.
All right.
It says it right in the description, so you're gonna get a lot of bittering just from that. And it's light in flavor, so it has one purpose, to make this thing bitter.
Right.
7.5 ABV.
That's impressive. That's one of the higher ABVs that we've
IPAs,
had.
yeah, like the IPAs.
Just beers in general that we've done reviews on.
Right, and then IBUs is 42.
So
out
it's
of 100.
pretty
so it's gonna be bitter. It's almost 50% bitter.
Right. It is interesting though, since starting to do this, that we've learned, because what is it? Your stouts are gonna be extremely bitter.
It's bitter, but the thing is, like,
because they're chocolatey and they have a lot of cocoa and coffee bean and stuff like that, which are naturally bitter. That an IPA, a lot of people taste them and they don't like the taste, so initially they think it's the most bitter thing they've had, but it's really not.
No, it's your stouts and your porters that are up there more on the bitter chart. Like,
right.
Any dark chocolate, you gotta figure, dude, I'll spit that right out.
I hate dark chocolate. I hate
milk chocolate.
Disgusting. Yep.
You wanna make some milk chocolate? I'll eat it
all day.
But for an IPA, that's all we got on the description for.
We might as well hop right into the actual review. You guys already know what we do. We do appearance, we do smell, mouthfeel, taste, and then we give you an inaccurate overall of the average of those, because we don't do math, okay? So it's just kind of a combination.
We give you the guesstimate average.
Guesstimation station, baby. Let's get it going. So, appearance.
You guys all know what an IPA is, too?
India Pale Ale.
And the description of it is supposed to be a rich golden color.
Yep.
Prickly on the face, right on the face.
Right on the face,
on
yeah.
On the tongue.
Haven't dumped one of these on my head lately.
Haven't had one poured in my face either. I'm going to say rich golden color, and it's supposed to be a deep pale. And it's going to be hazy just because it's unfiltered, and that is what it is. It's a hazy IPA.
This is
the
perfect.
rich golden color is there. It's going to be high.
Yeah.
For appearance. And doing 8.4.
Well, I was going at 8.7.
All right.
So we're right around, we're close. I think it's everything that we've read up on as far as an IPA, a hazy IPA, it's everything that it's supposed to be. On the smell, I have to admit I cheated before we did this, and I smelled it as I was pouring it, and I was like, get in my belly.
It smells awesome. Like, and the funny thing is, there's no mosaics in this, so it's not a false sense of what I'm gonna get.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is straight up. I'm hoping.
Yeah. So as far as smell goes, I always like it when I'm sitting about 1.5 feet away from it that I can smell it. I can't get that. It is a little stronger when I get closer. Not that that's a knock on it, but it smells fantastic.
We've been doing reviews all day. We're drunk.
I'm gonna give this a 7.8.
I was gonna do a 7.6.
All right.
7.6.
We might as well.
It's not as hoppy as a lot of these IPAs I've definitely had.
Yeah, it's not as green as you would imagine. It's a good description of an IPA if somebody doesn't care for IPAs. So let's get into the taste. I can't wait. I've been wanting to drink this one all night. Cheers.
Oh wow. Oh.
So initially, it gives you
that little prickly at the tip of your tongue.
You've got the carbonation. It gives you the prickliness. The juicy. It tastes like it's
juicy.
It's mouth-watering.
Like, I'm drooling.
And it's consistent. We did that Old Man Grumpy not too long ago, and that had nothing on the back end. This is consistent.
It's consistent, but as soon as it gets to your throat, you're good.
You're good.
That's where I want to lose it anyways. Like, I don't want it to go all the way to my stomach, like, just shooting needles at me.
Right.
So, like, this is actually a very quality, well put together IPA.
Their Voodoo Ranger series is incredible. I've tried 3 of them, I think, and this is my favorite so far.
So far, this is the best one I've tried out of the 2.
So, mouthfeel, I gotta give this high. This was great. This was awesome. Like I said, consistency is what I'm looking for when I rate mouthfeel. And I have no choice but to give it an 8.6.
I was giving it 8.5.
This is good. Taste?
I'm doing an 8.7.
I was gonna do an 8.5.
It's like the taste, like this is really good. Like it's like all of the like it's juicy, man. Like it makes you want more.
Right. It's not thirst quenching. Okay.
Well, that's a good and a bad thing because
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drink a 6-pack.
The thing that we've been trying to do lately is tell you, is this a good beer to introduce to somebody that hasn't had whatever we are trying? I think that if you're trying to get someone into IPAs, it doesn't have that bite like a normal IPA does, and it's got enough juicy and fruity flavor to it. I can't say that this would be something I'd hand over to somebody that's never had an IPA, but I think that this might be like a good
It's
third.
up there.
It's got to be close.
It's just with that like there's hops.
Mm-hmm.
With that smell, I would just tell them plug their nose.
Yeah, why not?
Just plug your nose. Don't even smell it. Just chug it.
So, what are you giving this as an overall?
Overall, we're doing 8.2.
I was going to do an 8.3. So we're like
Yeah,
pretty
it's
close
right
on
there.
everything.
Like that is actually our no, it's not our highest.
It's not our highest, but
this is very good. It's
incredible
well put
beer.
together.
From top to bottom.
If you get anything over a 7 by us, that's pretty. That's quality.
It is. I would say it's a really good beer.
Yeah, it's well put together. We got a lot of learning to do yet and stuff, but
Right. We're
what
kind of.
we're doing is
We
like
shoot
this
by
is-
the hip a lot. We're all learning as we go. These hops are incredibly difficult to remember everything, to know what goes into stuff, because there isn't just certain hops that go into certain beer. Well, there is, but then there's a lot of hybrids. There's a lot of stuff that's put into other things to give it a different flavor. We're trying to be informative.
These mosaics that are out there, they'll get you.
Yeah.
They smell great,
Yep.
but they're deceiving, and there's none in this. So I was kind of excited to hear that. Like a lot of these IPAs we've been doing, like there's some like mosaics, whether it's the leading hop or not, it's still there, and they're so strong. and
It's a
potent.
deceiving hop because it's an aroma flavor or an aroma.
Aroma smell.
An aroma. Yeah, it's high in aroma. So, yeah, I think this is a great beer though. I like
It's
it.
really well put together.
I
and
highly
these guys are
recommend-
doing big things.
I highly recommend this to somebody. This is cool what they've been able to do. They give back. They're like all about being like environmental friendly.
Yeah, eco-friendly, everything. Like anything they can do to help out and give back, they do.
Absolutely.
So, and they're definitely one of the bigger breweries leading the way in it. So
Right.
it's always nice to see those guys. Like I noticed, like it's kind of a trend in a lot of industries where like once you get too big, you're just like, well, whatever. I'm making it. I made it. And you just quit yourself.
That's not the case.
But in this industry, like these dudes are like super big. 8 out of however many breweries there are in the States, like that's huge.
That's impressive.
And they're leading the way yet by being almost 100%.
They're super innovative.
Yeah, and that's. I want to go check these guys out, and when I'm in Colorado, I might have to go drive down there and check it out.
You're gonna have to hop on either Facebook Live or hit up our Instagram stories and make sure to follow that because we're gonna start doing some more stuff. We do a lot of local breweries around here. We're gonna start doing videos. Tad's going out to Colorado. He's gonna start doing a lot of stuff personally. There's gonna be a lot of stuff. For a little bit, we're gonna be doing some cool stuff. But that being said, this is a great beer. This is from the new Belgium Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA.
Is this one of the cores now, right?
I don't know if it is or not.
I want to say seasonal.
It could be.
I think it is.
But make sure to hit us up on our social media. We do a lot of stuff on there. Our Instagram is Off the Tap 2018. Can't stress that enough to get on there, especially
There's so many pictures of what we're drinking and all kinds of stuff.
especially if we start doing Instagram videos. That's going to be some cool stuff. You're going to get like an inside look at some of the local breweries, some breweries out in Colorado soon. Make sure to hit us up on our email. Like we do all sorts of stuff with the beer news.
We both have that on our phones too. Like our email's hooked up.
We get that immediately. So anything that you guys send us, we're reading immediately. We're like quick to respond to. So hit that up. It's going to be Off the Tap GB 2018 at gmail.com.
Hey, Yahoo!
Any suggestions, any criticism, seriously, we'll take it. We got thick skin. We don't care. We're trying to make
you
this
can
better.
bash the hell out of me and I don't care.
We're trying to make this better for everyone else, and if there's something that we can do to make ourselves better for you, let us know. Our Facebook, pretty self-explanatory, off the tap. Hit us up. We're trying to get as many page likes as possible. We're giving away a set of coasters. Come follow us. That's it for us. This is Off the Tap, ladies and gentlemen, and I am Skinny Jeans.
I'm Ted the Tank.
We are the Kissing Cousins.